So as the field clears that horrific chicane, well, it's not horrific, that horrific chicane, it's just not great when you have to get a whole field too wide through it for a formation lap. We get ready to get our first start of the 2015 anyway, Stock Car Brazil season. 2016, screw it, I've just gone offline. The back of the field isn't even formed up as the green flag is waved, I presume. Well, they're going as if the green flag was waved. I saw her screwed over the poor misfortune behind us. As you can tell, there's only one poor misfortune behind us because Screw actually haven't any pace here. Let's just hope that we have somehow race pace or something. Get feisty on this restart. No, I mean the restart, the actual start. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what we're doing today. Well, that was close into that kink. Throw it up the inside into the first hairpin. See if we can make a spot or two on the first lap. That's our only hope of getting anywhere. Everyone getting tangled up in each other. So yes, we are here in Goiania, maybe Brazilian stuff. Pronunciations, not my best forte, especially in languages I don't speak. French, does that count? Probably not. There's not a gap there, but fuck it, I'm in Brazil, we can do what we want. Isn't that right, Mr. Senna? Anyway. Give him a little tap there. I mentioned, he tries to shut me out though. He's getting feisty. Everyone's getting feisty, the whole, essentially it's one big pack down the field. So yes, first race in this sort of mini season I decided to do of Stock Car Brazil, because why the hell not? It's a series that sort of founded this game in Riza Studios. First official series, officially licensed series that they got. And it started the whole thing off with Game Stock Car 2012, was it? 2011, I'm not sure which one. If 2011 was actually a game, but there was definitely Stock Car 2012. After that came Stock Car 2013, which I got, and it somehow turned into Automobilista. Really like that. I bought Stock Car 2013, as you can guess, ages ago, and haven't paid them a thing since I got since I didn't get the membership a few months ago when they started selling those things. So yeah, this is sort of been the foundation of Riza's Sims since the beginning. So I decided, you know what, let's do a season of that. So this is Brazilian stock car racing, as I described in that beautiful intro that I spent way too long in. It's a cross between NASCAR and DTM. As if you thought you could cross those two things, but the Brazilians did that. Funny, there's a good race car engineering article about the design and construction of this car. Hold up as we go. Nearly get him on the exit. There we go. Yeah, so how this car came into being. Essentially, Stock Car Brazil has been around since the late 70s or early 80s. And, you know, usually it would be a typical touring car championship up until, when did they get these cars, man? 2010? 11, maybe? When it sort of became more of a DTM style touring car championship. Even from the beginning, heavily inspired by NASCAR. If you look at the original cars, they're very NASCAR-y. Yeah. If this game had ovals, that's what I'd run on them. So, and the engine, even though you can't really tell from the sound because it's been detuned compared to its NASCAR cousin, but these are simply spare NASCAR engines that some Brazilians bought. That's literally how these engines came to be. They just went they just went and bought a load of surplus NASCAR engines. Nice cooking. Having a look. I want to defend my glorious second last place, please. So yeah, so these are the big V8s, American V8s, 5.7 litres, because why the fuck not? Detuned, I'll have you know. In fact, this whole thing is a DTM, is essentially a detuned DTM. That's the significant thing you take away from that race car engineering article I'm talking about. Is that they went to get these cars designed. They went to a European company with experience in the DTM. Hence, why these look very DTM-y. That's a new verb. And as I mentioned, it was a bit of a frustrating experience at times because, see, essentially, the guy just wanted to build them a new DTM car, but the Brazilians didn't want that because, you know, they wanted everything to be cheap as shit and last for 1,000 years, which isn't DTM in any stretch of the imagination. So sort of everything was compromised to make it either cheap or reliable and simple, because, you know, it's often taken for granted that the world is quite small, but the reality is race car parts, you know, when ship breaks, it's expensive. Right, as I spin off to sort of prove a point there, you know. You know, when ship breaks, it's expensive. And it takes ages to get to Brazil. So that was the whole reasoning behind this car being stupidly cheap and stupidly reliable. So that's what we got. Which makes it for an interesting car. It doesn't have a ton of grip. Feels slightly underpowered until you realise what you're doing. As in, you're going quite fast. It's faster than you think it is. It wouldn't be a million miles actually off a DTM pace. Simply because they threw a huge engine in the front of it. Which goes a long way to going fast, I'll tell you. Of course, now we are now 5 seconds behind the field. Good lord. As you noticed there, after that spin I turned on the engine boost. No idea if it did me any good, but looking at our position, we're not exactly going to need it for overtaking. Well, that's not a rule. For Brazilian stock cars is the push to pass. Use it 8 times, 150 seconds between each time you use it. Which makes sense because of how detuned these engines are. They're only doing what, around not even 500 horsepower, and the engine can easily do over 600, so there's your boost. As for my actual pace here, which has sort of been the elephant in the room, I've been too busy talking about other stuff than to point that out. The fact I'm in the back of the field, and the field is now running away because I spun like an idiot. Some smoke being thrown up there. Is that I don't know what happened to my pace. I had mid-pack pace. Then today, no, I didn't have mid-pack pace. Actually, looking at my fastest lap I've done so far, it's beat my qualifying time. So, who knows what's going on? Look at the countdown to the boost. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use it on this straight, which would be the best place to use it. But oh well. Pack ahead is unfortunately not holding themselves up as much as I would like them to. To be fair, I wasn't really making much ground while I was in the pack, so you know, that's not a good sign when I didn't have to chase down that pack. But yeah, these cars, unusual, very unique. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's hell of it, quite fun. Like, one of my best experiences in a racing sim was bringing this thing around the Nordschleife in the early hours of the morning, which I can guarantee you never happened and never will happen. And look at that, we're halfway through the race and we're strolling around in last. So now we're running out of time to do anything. So yeah, very strange car, quite versatile. I think it would make a good endurance racer. Some leagues have run it as an endurance race car, which is fun. So yeah, just saying, you won't see one of these every day. Decent crowd out here today. Wherever the hell we are in Brazil. This is doing one of these things in Automobilista is a great way to learn Brazilian geography. Whoa. Jesus. Curbs are dead. Unfortunately, when it comes to other Brazilian tracks, that style of curb is quite popular. So I doubt that's going to be the last time they cause us any trouble. You'd think I would learn, but who's got time for learning? Like, I'm a student, not a learner. Gotta get it right. And mistakes cost us another 2 seconds. Yeah, looking at the times, I have the pace to stick with that group ahead. I don't have the pace to pass them, which is quite frustrating, because it means then we're stuck here. Let's use a bit of a boost, get us going. At the time that's left, we should easily burn through the 8 of them, possibly. You know, no point saving them anyway. As I said, there's no one to fight, so we won't directly use them like that. So I say just fire them all, fuck it, use them all. So future races go better than this. The way I'm running this season is a bit different to the way I ran my F1 season. When I started my F1 season, the championship mode was bugged and didn't work properly. That has been fixed since, which means I'm able to properly configure a championship, you know, just once, and the championship will just run, and the game will keep track of the points and next tracks and all of that. That sort of means, though, which was sort of an advantage of doing the way my F1 season I did it, was that I could adjust the AI from track to track. Very handy when you're using mods. This season will not be using any mods, as I said. This series is officially licensed to this game. The full series is here. So all the official tracks and cars are here. So there's no reason to mod anything here. So we shouldn't have done that trouble, but I still have to set one AI level and we have to go with it. So I set it slightly higher than ideal to account for, you know, just me improving. Even though judging off the AI levels in my F1 season, exactly the opposite happened. I'm looking at those shards of carbon fibre, there was some contact. Hopefully some battling that will hold them up. You know, if I'm wanting not to be last, I need one of them to, like, take each other out or something like that, to be honest. We are desperately running out of time and not gaining any time. If anything, we're losing time. So yeah, I have to set, essentially I set the AI at one level, so as a cause of AI being AI and me being me, we will probably go pinballing up and down the field like we did in the F1 season still. So this week, not a good week. Not exactly the debut we needed in this series. Expect to get slated in the media, calling us the waster. So, we got that to look forward to. Fortunately, they don't have any sort of press conference and media stuff, so we don't have to deal with that. Like, oh, who's this waster you a farmer signed? You know? It's nearly wrecks twice. Goes to the back of the field, can't qualify. Get rid of him. He'll never amount to anything. So we'll see how we do in Brazil. Or whether we need to go back to the Copa de la Marcos series, which is an actual touring car series compared to this. You know, which would be fun. But I figured it wouldn't be that interesting, you know? Not interesting to watch. Great fun to race though. Excellent cars to race. Figured I had a better chance of making this interesting. Even though I'm actually competitive in the fucking touring cars. Compared to the stock cars. 5 minutes to go as well. If you didn't catch that in the intro, and it's probably a bit late and you probably figured it out by now anyway. 20-minute races, just to make it even. Because once again, for a championship like this, I figured it would be better just to set time limited races rather than lap limited, because whatever lap you set at the start of the season counts for every racetrack, and obviously some are longer, some are shorter, so I figured 20 minutes, that's roughly half distance for an actual stock car race. So we're not getting away lightly, but we're not going overboard full length races either. Because that would be a bit crazy, to be honest. And I figured 20 minutes is a good time, considering how some of my F1 races went on a bit longer than they should have. But hey ho, we just have to deal with it. Oh, slight sideways there. Haven't adjusted tyre wear or anything. And funnily enough, these Pirellis that we're on are hard as rocks. Probably because they actually, you know, went around making tyres instead of being told make paper cups and strap them onto wheel hubs. That was a brutal chicane there. So yeah, as you can see, barely worn at all, tyres. 2 laps of fuel left, that should be enough, I think. Depends how they do it, because if it's a timed race plus a lap, oh dear, we in trouble then. Yeah, 2 minutes left. Which, depending on where the leader is, means we do have 2 laps left. Which means, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We're going to be tight on fuel. So going to be last and run out of fuel. Let's... It gets better from here, I promise. I hope. Yeah, getting some... The car is getting a bit snappy out of that corner. Yeah, maybe because it's just getting lighter. These things aren't the most fuel efficient in the world. Like, even for this race, we're going to burn through like 47 litres I loaded up. Yeah. You know, big V8s are not noted for their fuel efficiency, especially racing ones. 1 minute. That means next lap should be the last lap. We got the fuel light, which means we should have 2 laps. I've gone wide. Which, you know, that just helps this whole thing. Fuck it, let's boost anyway. I don't know if this uses extra fuel. It probably does, actually, thinking about it. Why the hell did I do that when I'm fuel saving? God, you watched this idiot. I'm supposed to be like an engineer. Maybe that's why I'm going to college. It's like, learn when not to use the boost. Well, yeah, if we don't get the 1 lap to go sign, we're going to need a bit of fuel and coast. Fuel and coast? Yeah, we'll need some fuel and we need some coasting. So, that makes sense in my head. Time's gone. Still no last laps sign. No checkered flag out either. I'm guessing it's guesswork because obviously I'm so far back I can't see, but I'm guessing the leader went over the line before the clock went. So we may be on the last lap here, or we may not. I'm hoping we are because we've 2 litres left and there isn't a hope in hell we're going to 1 lap with 2 litres. So I'm hoping the checkered's out. As the field slowed down. No, if anything, let's sped up. Please be checkered. Oh dear lord. Oh, nose. Come on, shake and bake. Whatever the hell that means. High gears. Short shift like a crazy bastard. Fuel tank is officially empty. Keep her rolling. Come on, down the hill. No, she's stuttering, she's stuttering. Come on. Probably not lifting his coasting as well as I could. Oh, no, uphill. Come on, pull! Pull. No. She dead, guys. She dead. This is a fucking glorious debut. Welcome to Brazil, everyone. Oh, good Christ. This is only 9 more races, yeah? Oh, dear lord. Oh, crap. So, in case any of you are interested, obviously the championship standings look exactly like the race results. We scored no points, as you would expect, but due to the game being sound, puts us above everyone else who also didn't score any points. So that's nice. So our championship standings is not as bad as you would think. Though obviously we didn't score any points, so yeah, that's a bit of an issue. This Felipe guy obviously won, followed by, yeah, the wonderfully named Hot Car Competiosos team. That's not how you say Competiosos. I'm just not even going to stop saying that word. So, Felipe, Rafael, Rafa. Those guys seem good. You know, some people might be familiar with him. And I think that's everyone I recognise there. So yeah. Championship started off poorly. No point. Nil point. Hopefully we change that next time. Maybe. Well, it can't get any worse, can it?